a combination of team fight and pickoff, but you don't really have any sort of high ground potential. So maybe just the better late game hero here. Because I don't think you really want to challenge complexity too much into full 5-on-5s.
Yeah.
Like I would not go for
complexity ban the draw.
That makes sense. Lina Puck.
Oh yeah, Lina Puck.
Puck actually dominates an off lane if you get drow, and then Rubik.
But you could break her
complexity ban the draw.
That makes sense. Lina Puck.
Oh yeah,
no, Puck would just Puck actually dominate. Darn it.
Even worse if Puck ends up being against the Sand King and they run, aggro.
I mean, Undying Rubik. That's a great start for an aggressive tri lane.
Yeah, Undying. I love Undying in tri lanes. We don't see as much. We've been seeing a lot of dual lanes, but man, Undying.
The Tiny still get banned.
Yeah, they're nervous about it. They just don't know how to counter it.
I mean, they've got super fragile heroes, right? They could still be susceptible to like the Blink Tiny combo if you still went that route.
Which is what Limp actually goes. Like Limp builds it way differently. They may pick the same hero, but Limp still does, I think, treads, drums, blink.
Yeah,
a lot different than Arteezy.
Who goes more of like this harder carry.
Yeah.
Right click build.
So, well, there you go. EG. They have to pick their core before complexity. Complexity's probably. I know Kyle's happy with the draft right now. Wonder how EG's feeling.
Well, I know we got the Puck already, but I was thinking that if they wanted an off lane that could do really well against Kunkka and Sand King, the Universe Abaddon I felt like would be really good. Yeah. Right now, complexity is so single target that you put a Photic Shield or press the attack or whatever, it just shuts them down. But
I just don't think Arteezy would play Lina or Puck though. That was the only thing. Yeah. And now Clanks, so that's one way. AA off. AA early game versus like a level 6-7 Clanks. That's like one of the worst feelings in the game.
Yeah, and it's pretty good versus Viper too.
Yep.
Because you're used to being so tanky, but.
They changed Strafe, right? I wonder if that has an implication or anything. Like you could dodge Burrow Strike.
I think so. You're right.
So when you have Strafe on, it's like the funniest animation. They don't even actually have an animation for Strafe.
It just moves. Yeah,
it just like kind of dodges.
Yeah. I don't know. I think I like the Kling's last pick. You get an early Solar Crest or even just Medallion, and you will melt all 4 of these heroes. And this kind of forces complexity into possibly getting a more armor heavy hero, right?
I mean, what if you just pick up like some sort of gap closing carry, like PA or something, and just kind of got in their face?
I don't know. PA versus Lina Clinks.
Yeah,
I'm not a fan of that.
Like maybe not that, but like you just want a hero that gets on top of these because they're so squishy.
PA can definitely do that with Blink Deso.
Yeah.
Does mean that this should be a Viper safe lane.
Yep. And that'll be TA. So that's
gonna I can't find Templar, guys.
It's at the T.
I know. Thank you.
It should be bottom shelf, I think. Unless, is it on there? I want to say it's bottom shelf.
So they...
Unlike top shelf Lumi.
Goddamn.
I believe you can find it.
Why is Templar with Sven? Like, she's part of the
S is before T.
Viper is
safe lane.
So Viper's safe lane, but does that mean... I don't think you can run the aggro tri-lane into that, so you now have to have the Puck against the Viper tri-lane.
Which isn't good for Universe, but
yeah,
he's one of the less susceptible of dying of the offlaners. Like, he's willing to get less to not die.
You don't think Viper will be like left alone by complexity and they'll just focus on the Sand King lane instead?
Oh, I mean, I'm sure they will feel very little pressure.
They're going to rotate a lot.
The safe lane.
coL doesn't really stay in lanes ever. They rotate a whole bunch. Well, EG could, but with a crit Rubik, we're going to see a lot of roaming. I don't know. I actually like the Klink's last pick a lot more than I thought. I'm scared of TA, but I'm going EG.
You're going EG. What do you think, Gloomy?
I think this is really even. I don't like the Undying 4-5 because I feel like he has trouble taking Bounty Rune against Sand King or Kunkka.
Okay.
So I put a lot of emphasis on the 4 because I'm a support player. I like Complexity's draft a lot more on that regard, so I'm going to go with them.
Okay.
I'm going Complexity here.
Get out of here.
I'm going complexity as well. So it's 3-1 grand. You're by yourself, but maybe you're gonna get some support from our commentators. Let's hear what they have to say about this draft and about this game. Time for game number 1 with ODPixel and Fogged.
Thank you very much, Shiva. Yeah, we're ready for the first game of day 2 of the NA region qualifiers here for the DreamLeague Major. I'm ODPixel. I'm here joined by Fogged, and indeed we've got EG versus complexity. What do we think about lineups? What sort of sticks out to you that says I got to talk about this?
Just different, right? We have Klinks and Lina in the same team. We haven't seen much Klinks. We haven't seen much Lina. So
not at all.
I don't know. We'll see how those end up working. There's gap closers from compLexity. I really like the TA last pick. I think it's incredibly good. They don't have great ways to break the refraction. He's got a super favorable lane versus the Lina as well.
Yeah, this TA
could be a problem.
There's the potential to go ham. That is for sure. Let's take it. Obviously, one way that they can play quite nicely around the TA is. Well, actually, I guess it is sort of changed, but it's still good. I'm saying with the Rubik, you know, against the Viper, you should be able to get either the ult or the Nether Tox, you know what I mean, to break for the refraction. So that's something, at least. There is something there, but that's once he hits 6. Before that point, it's not going to be a lot of fun. Crit. Oh, you don't want to reveal yourself there, boy. Be careful. coL.
EG just needs fear in front line. If he gets multi-hero DKs, then it's going to be really tough for coL, but that's the only way they can.
Oh, Kyle. He can't have stepped back up into that one. He'll try and turn with the Torrent. He'll get 2 of them, but indeed, Kyle, he's gone.
Oh, very
wait, no.
He's dead.
If that got him out of there, I'll tell you what, but Crit will take the first blood.
So 2 for 2 bounties, and Universe is actually going to claim another one.
All right.
So Universe gets 2 bounties for himself.
Well, that's nice.
So that'll help him a lot in that matchup. And just like Shiver said, they are going to be helping Moo in that aggro tri-lane to try to shut down the Clinks. Clinks suffers a lot versus this. If they're able to actually get the gap close on him, he is very vulnerable to getting picked off nice and easy. Top lane, Universe should do quite well here. I mean, he just got double bounties. That's going to make the lane a hell of a lot easier with starting boots. And Fear starting mid, so helping out Sumail. So EG already, I like what the setup that they're doing with the lanes. It's just about if RTZ gets shut down too heavily by this tri-lane.
Yeah, we'll see how much Lim can do with that pressure.
Crit, getting stunned up.
Move in.
Torrent, he's dead.
I was going to say, this combo, compLexity is so strong. We've seen it from them so many times, tanking Kunkka lineups.
Yeah.
You got to be careful. You got to respect that power.
If you
in the lane,
you have to play in the lane. It's something we talk about when you're playing like tri versus tri lane. It's standing on the side is always the big risk. This time it's a tri versus a dual lane. If you stand on the side like that, you're very vulnerable to getting picked off, especially if you don't have a lane ward. But that compLexity has set themselves up to win this lane very handedly, especially putting down a ward to block the pull too. So they're going to limit the resources for what Rubik actually can play around the game. So we'll see how Crit just fixes this up for himself. All in all, though, RTZ is still farming, and Limp was still doing just fine in the mid lane, even though there was an Undying. And now we do have that tri-lane versus tri-lane scenario, and Moo getting lifted up, the Decay. They've got a Soul Rip as well to follow.
That is enough. Very nice rotation from Fear, as you say, just sort of leveling the playing ground on this bottom lane, and it gets the job done. And even better that Artur gets the touch, claims a kill for the carry.
Forced this. Well, he did skill strafe there. So with the new strafe doesn't kick in there, of course the dodging 3 projectile things, but they just needed that extra little damage ticks. But now he doesn't have Shadow Walk or Skeleton Walk, and they should know that. So they can go for an aggressive move on him if he does walk up too far. And Fear being out of mana, that makes their tri-lane much weaker.
I mean, you have to say though, looking at the mid lane, despite Fear's presence, yeah, Limp, he really didn't get pushed that far behind. He's 7-4-4 against the 10-for-2. I think Limp, you know, he's going to be absolutely fine with the way that this lane is panning out, despite that early pressure that was put on him.
Yeah. Still, we're going to have to, even though it's, it's a TA favorite matchup, Sumail is winning at the moment with that extra little bit of help. I think compLexity should still emphasize on keeping some stacks going. Kyle, they're looking for RTZ. They know he doesn't have the Skeleton Walk.
Yep, they've got the control into the Torrent. Do they have the damage? They're running him down. Cold Feet does proc. They're trying to keep him alive with the Soul Rip heal. It's not enough. RTZ will fall. Moo trying to juke it out. He has the Sal, but he gets cancelled. One more Burrow Strike as he comes back in. Moo trying to do as much as he can before he does eventually go down. Crit. Is he going to survive? No. Cold Feet and the Torrent. Z-Freak claiming the double kill. It looks to run him down. He's going to have Soul Rip up again in a second, but with nothing. Oh, it is just enough. Just enough with the creeps around him.
That rip radius, 1300. Yeah. Kyle now getting hit up, but he should be just fine. So magic wands in these tri-lanes always very important.
Yeah.
We see all of EG's heroes picking up their sticks, and actually nobody on, okay, compLexity just picks up one on the AA, but Sanking doesn't have one just yet, and Kunkka just grabbed one after dying. Top lane, I thought Universe would have it a little bit better, but no, he's struggling super hard. Corrosive Skin still proving to be that disgusting ability as it always has been. 14-9 on the Viper to the 5-0 puck, so compLexity coming out really big in that top lane.
Jesse crashing the lane in now as well, as you say, and it's unlikely that we'll see any rotations from EG up here, as they have got their their sights there elsewhere, mid lane and bottom lane.
They're looking for sumail here. Kyle's coming in.
Awesome, that's a little deep. Sumail actually taking a lot of damage. He's getting way too cheeky, and indeed Kyle just lands the torrent, blocks him off, and with the DD on limb, Sumail is down. Very, very nice rotation from Kyle. I mean, we've seen it every game that he's played the Kunkka. I mean, it's been pretty damn hot. He's definitely impressed the most on Kunkka recently. Bottom lane, RTZ manning up against D-Freak, but it cost him his life.
That's worth it for complexity.
Definitely, throwing heroes at the carry and getting the kill.
Yeah. Kyle now sees Universe is pulling the wave. It's just being a little bit annoying here. Universe should be just fine here. Picks up a bottle as well from that secret shop.
Bottom lane, EG trying to move in onto Moo. And again, just plays it super safe. Knows that they're on the hunt, TP straight out.
Picks up his items from base too. Going for that very early drums, Bracer and a wand now finished up on the Sanking. So Sanking AA, very strong dual lane for them to be able to find kills if someone steps out of position.
I mean, they've opened drafts for this so many times, and it has had great success. So it'll be interesting if EG can take down complexity when they. For me, it just looks like they have a draft that they are super, super solid on, and recently so as well. As you say, sure, with EG, you do have Sumail, Lina, and RTZ on the Clinks, which are classics, but recently so, very, very much underpicked.
Yeah. I mean, it's a hard game to be able to kill the TA. That's the one thing we talked about right away.
Yeah, good finish.
Very solid last pick Templar Assassin versus EG's lineup. Haven't seen them do any ancient stacks just yet. So that's the one thing that they are kind of missing, but Kyle's trying to put pressure on in other different ways by going for ganks and just getting up the wards nice and early. He's going to be able to put that top ward down so they can watch if anybody's going to rotate with Universe. Since Puck is going to be hitting 6 soon, we could see that happening.
Kyle, eyes on Uni again. We'll play around with him. As you say, just causing issues for Uni outside of the lane, trying to bait out the orb.
Kyle has to be careful, but Sumail also in some trouble here.
Yeah, giving him a bit of a rundown. Sumail will be fine thanks to Crit's presence. Back towards the mid. They are going to look to turn towards Uni. Uni just orbs himself away. It does salve up, and indeed Kyle is getting lower and lower here.
He's got the raindrop, so he can resist a little bit of that damage, but yeah, the Sanking, Viper, and TA all very farmed. I mean, Chessie is going to be a big problem here, getting all this free farm. Kyle now, Crit, finding him out.
Good torrent though from Kyle. Might not save his life though, because Universe chases the orb, procs the raindrop, and a quick fade bolt from Crit gets the kill secure.
Level 6 going to be now claimed up on Universe from this bounty rune, and Chessie has to watch how far he steps up. There's TPs coming in from the Undying, Chessie.
Yeah, yes.
There's a lot of TPs.
They are going to pop the Dream Core down. They're going to surround. They've got 4 heroes on this Viper up top. And Chessie will go down. Takes a lot. EG do get the kill, and it does require, say, 4 people rotating to the lane, which is giving more space to Lim.
Yeah, it's a bit costly, but that was a little overzealous there by Chessie. Sure, he had like a double creep wave on the tower with the catapult, so he wanted to put as much pressure as possible, but has to expect those kind of rotations. Bottom now, there's a dust. RTZ.
Oh, they found him with the cold feet, the torrent. I mean, this combo, it's just going to kill the Clinks every single time.
Yeah. And that's what we were saying. Clinks can really suffer versus these double stun tri-lanes. And now they can put pressure of their own on this tower since it is a siege wave. Yeah, and look at this. They all buying dust too. Even Moo picks up a dust for himself on the Sand King. So just, I mean, best way to deal with Clinks is in the early game is dust.
Anything to keep RTZ behind.
Yeah. So Limp is going to be a bit of a monster in this game. It does seem like he's already 300 gold higher than everybody else, and he finds himself a DD, so he can actually farm the Ancients as well as a creep wave very quickly here. So that'll surge him forward a bit more as well. Smoke comes out from EG though. Do they have wards as well? They don't have a ward on any of them to be able to find vision. They've placed all 4 actually right off the bat. But they might be able to find Limp if he doesn't.
Yeah, it would be the big kill.
Here. They've got the TP from Sumail.
Yeah, here's the lead, and he's absolutely in a load of trouble. They get the telekinesis, hold him back in the light strike array, and bring down the kill. So EG making some big movements.
Yeah,
but they are getting big kills, taking Chessie down early, and now taking down Limp.
Chessie using that space though, trying to claim that top tower. as fast as possible. There is no glyph. He's trying to focus on it. Will he be able to get it? Looks like he should be able to without it being denied. TP rotations coming in. They've got coil, but doesn't look like they'll be able to close the gap on Chessie there.
Very close opening all in all.
Arteezy's still going to struggle here, though. But, oh, speaking of Arteezy struggling, he's actually death pacted, sitting on top of coL here.
Oh, and coL is DC'd.
He could die here. If coL goes on the low ground and Arteezy position high ground, there's a high chance.
Should have enough damage.
There's a high chance Arteezy gets him.
Yeah, with 3 points in the arrows, yeah, it's looking pretty good for Artur.
Yeah, with the strafe, the extra damage that comes from that. sumail's already starting to make the rotation over too, so coL looks to be in quite a bit of trouble here.
Yeah, we'll see if he does back up, but with the ward, there's no, yeah, they die themselves, don't have vision over there, so no real reason why coL would suddenly turn around.
He wants to go join his teammates too, and I think he had a ward too, so he wants to go down and put an aggressive ward in the enemy jungle.
This should be a kill.
Let's see how it plays out.
No, Arteezy should find this one.
I think he should, yeah. And so coL, as soon as he's chopped down into the river, he starts going.
Bottom tower is under attack.
Oh. That's actually underestimated. That's actually a lot less damage than I thought it would be.
No, I thought it would, yeah.
The 5 armor on kunkka.
With the changes to strafe, it's not quite the punch that it once was with just one skill point in terms of attack.
Yeah, it's really not.
No,
all right, well.
No, that's underwhelming.
It is a lot less attack speed than it used to be. It really looked like he was going to be able to take him out there, but kunkka's actually pretty tanky here. 900 HP with 5 armor. Okay.
Radiant structures are
my bad.
Fortified.
We did not do the maths.
Did not do the maths. And now coL, they're going to be able to pressure this bottom tower.
Bottom tower is under attack.
Moo cutting the wave. Almost has the drums finished up on top of those tranquils. The build that he tends to always do. Don't know if he's going to go earn this game, though. He tends to build the urn when it's he's playing versus another initiator, so he can just throw the urns on the opposing initiator and cancel their blinks. Yeah, 2 towers now. Going for complexity. And Viper will be building toward that Veil, as we see. They do have a lot of magic damage. kunkka tanking Viper and AA. Very good Veil game here. Very good versus Klinks, too, because Klinks, you don't want to build the BKB too early, so you're very susceptible to that magic.
Yeah, you have to build into that damage.
That's sumail. sumail is gone phase boots, as he usually does, and he's picking up the Bloodstone.
Tower is under attack.
Oh, no surprise there.
Look at Kuroki's win rate on Lina.
Lina, yeah, we've not seen that one in a while.
No.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
He's trying to get some trades here, Moo. He is rotating toward the middle lane. He spots out Rubik, so they know there's at least 4 heroes mid now. Universe as well, pinstering toward. Don't know if complexity wants to contest the one so much. Do they have a TP on Viper?
Spooky.
Don't think he wants a TP in the front of everything, but he does. He's actually going for it.
All right, they're going to see if they can get a catch on this move. We'll find the Burrow Strike at the side, and with the damage from Limp, Fear falling low, gets the Sorip buying himself some time as he tries to get out of this all, but the cold feet procs in.
Nice.
There is down.
Tower does go down, they don't get the deny, but they're chasing.
Oh, Moo! Dodging the Light Strike there and landing the Burrow Strike onto sumail. Oh, if that was a moment later, that stun, the Light Strike would have definitely held back the stanking, but Moo with the quick plays.
Really emphasizing on defending that. Well, not really defense, but getting some kills out of it. Just because of how immensely farmed Chessie is on top of Raindrop. We did talk about how EG's physical damage is pretty lacking early on, so that max high-level corrosive plus Raindrop is pretty damn good for Viper versus this lineup. And yeah, they're going to claim themselves another tier 1. EG, they are porting in though with Puck. coil is available, but complexity all starting to get out of range. They've disengaged nicely.
Yeah, and Crit can't find a catch. Kyle's got the medallion complete.
He has it. Okay, rushed the medallion this time around. So they want to be able to take Roche as early as possible. And they have a very strong 5-man on complexity if they do group up for that one. Not now, but in a short period of time. Once the TA probably has either the Blink or the Desolator.
Yeah, I was going to say, what do you think he's going to go for? It looks like with the Blightstone and
I think Blink.
The Blink queued up. Yeah,
I think Blink this time is just a bit better, especially because they have like Sanking and kunkka. He can just jump on top after a stun, and we usually see the Blink versus Lina's as the first item because you can just jump on top of the Lina, and she's very susceptible to getting bursted through the melt hits.
EG with that smoke. Seeing if they can catch any complexity out in the jungle. Chessie alone, shining up. Crit starting to make the move, but Chessie's already on the retreat. Really be on the high ground. It's very hard for EG to make a play there, and indeed they cannot. They have to back away. They cannot chase down like that. Mu up top.
Illusion.
Tranks, drums, and Urn working towards the Blink Dagger. He is going to be the target though. Come in, drag him back, and with the amount of burst, he should be got. He does. Oh, he gets out a very nice little power strike on the way out. It doesn't result in any kill. There was another hero there on compLexity. It could have been absolutely massive, but they get the kill, EG. They bring down Mu, and now can look to put some pressure onto this tier 1 top.
If he does live a little bit longer there, it could have been nice, but yeah, he's one of the more squishy cores.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Limp continuing to farm up.
Radiant's
In the jungle in the
middle
meantime, they
tower
are
is under
stacking that
attack.
tower since it's all 5 committed.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Oh, we say that.
They're really, I mean,
They're looking
I can't
to
get
do their
anything right
best,
today.
yeah.
Look at that.
They're coming through, and the EG will respect that. They do back away.
Welcome back.
Their cores are just very tanky on compLexity. The TA and the Viper, very hard to be brought down.
Yeah, there's Limp with the Blink Dagger now.
And Mu actually went for the Urn anyway, so not just deciding to go for the rush Blink Dagger. That one's a bit different to me, but I know he really loves this build up, this Tranquil Urn.
Yeah, he's done it a few
drums. He's done
times.
it. Yeah, he's done it
the
like
majority of the times.
pretty much all of them. Yeah. EG. Slowing the pace down a bit. But compLexity looking to stay a bit aggressive here. They're perched behind Limp in the top lane. They're trying to look for a pincer movement toward the mid lane, trying to catch some rotations.
See what coL can catch. As he leads in on the front of it all.
They've got good vision with the traps all the time, and they've placed very aggressive wards. But now Blink Dagger is picked up from Universe. They've got a better way to initiate the fights.
See if crit goes on this, but as we say, coL are there on the high ground.
He stole another Toxin on crit. This is probably one of the better steals he can get, especially versus the Viper, to break that corrosive skin. And like we said too, EG is mostly magic damage, so having Nether Toxin, being able to boost up that, reduce the magic resistance of enemies, can definitely prove to be a strong tool for crit. But compLexity, 4K lead at the moment. They're doing a great job of distributing their wealth. Z-Freak has just been parked bottom for a very long time. About to have the Midas actually finished up on him, on that AA.
Yeah, he's been finding a lot of space down there. And yeah, it's reflected in the net worth. He's not looking too bad at all.
Are scanning. Blessings.
Arteezy. Again. Eyes onto coL. But even at this stage, yeah, Arteezy still doesn't quite have the items to make those sort of solo plays, even onto the supports, because of the... Well, at least the tankiness of the Kunkka. Maybe if he finds an AA alone, he can solo that one at this stage.
Sure.
But he still needs time, he still needs more items, Artur.
He's only level 9 too. He's pretty under-leveled since they had to keep that tri-lane. He doesn't have Death Pact on right now, but they're going to go for Chesty anyway. They have the Nether Toxin to break him.
And with the help of Universe, they will have the kill. To have to spend the Dream Coil for that one. Ice Blast comes back in, disconnect onto 3 of them. But we're seeing how much it takes from EG to actually get those kills.
That Nether Toxin steal coming in clutch right there.
Yeah.
That little bit of bonus damage to pierce through that Viper. Definitely very relevant. Limp cleans up a double Ancient stack.
I mean, once Limp has the Death side, I don't see any reason why compLexity won't just start to go. You know, if with the Blink and Desolator, as we've been saying, if he can get a jump onto one of the members of EG, they'll be out of the fight at the start. Blink Dagger on Mu, obviously the other big pickup.
I think that's the big one, yeah. I think they really need the Sand King Blink this game, because they can't really make plays unless they just rely on a wild torrent to try to catch on something.
Yeah.
That's very unreliable, especially versus the heroes that EG does have at the moment. EG, they look like they're grouping up for the fight though first. Top, Sumail's looking for Mu, stuns off the mark. Didn't have mana for Laguna anyway, but just wanted to put pressure. And here we go, they are smoked. They are looking to get an opportunity into a tower.
But look at Mu, he's already backing straight away from this top lane. I think he knows with Sumail there, it's very likely that others will be behind.
This time coL gives it up. They just want to farm their Blink Daggers before they try to take a big engagement out. They're so close to them. Mu. EG scouts it, but they're like, that's a pretty tough kill for
It's a little deep, yeah, and there will be reactions if they go for it.
Yeah.
And this is a lot of time. Arteezy's moving around. He's not hitting the creeps like Limp and Chessie are.
Yeah, Limp is starting to pull further and further ahead. About to have that Deso finished up.
Bounty.
And would look like the Maelstrom soon on Chessie, too. One piece away from that one. Yeah, ZFreak has actually been bottom for about 5 minutes now. He's farming that with those waves. He's having the dream.
And no one's coming down there looking for him. As I said, maybe that could be a potential pickoff for Arteezy, but Arteezy's just been moving around elsewhere with the rest of his team. And yeah, with this creep wave, so this AA is going to be the same level as Arteezy's Clinks.
Yeah, that's okay. So TA takes the 7 armor this time to deal with the Clinks' damage as well as Alina, since I mean, maybe they'll be able to add it up eventually, but we've been seeing the Psionic Trap damage. It's pretty interesting, especially to cut creep waves. That's like probably the biggest thing that I've seen it used for. So,
yeah, true, a bit of a different one. But if anyone's going to ever know what to do best on TA, it is going to be Lim.
Yeah,
he's quite a classic for him.
He's probably just thinking that's not the point of his hero, is to be using traps to kill creep waves and cut stuff off. It does do a significant amount of damage, but he's feeling like I want to be able to just get in the fights. And Blink Star finished up, Blink on Mew, Blink on Moo, Blink on Limp.
Yeah, this is the big peak now for compLexity. I mean, they're going to hit many more this game if they continue like this, but this is a massive one already.
They have vision here on the high ground here. If Arteezy shows himself at all, they are pinging out. They're expecting something here. One kill turns into an instant Roche for compLexity with that Medallion Deso.
I mean, Arteezy does have the Desolator, but as we're seeing, you know, if they get a jump on him, he's just going to pop it. Oh, they'll take that one instead. That's just as good. Sumail instantly removed, and that was with the Bloodstone.
Yeah, he's up in 1 second, so this one actually doesn't allow them to really go for that Roche potential right away.
Still good news, though. Charges down the drain for Sumail.
Yeah. Now this Arteezy is looking to hunt for ZFreak. So this is where compLexity, I mean, they don't know that the Deso's up, but soon, mid lane though.
Oh, we get a call too. You're going to see Limp blink out, so he'll be fine. Fear's going to move forward. They're trying to fire here, but coL gets the rum over himself. Arteezy coming in with a wraparound from behind, looking to try and go on to Chessie, but Chessie's just too tanky. Turns towards coL. coL finally falls, but they've lost the Rubik. Moo on the retreat. Arteezy trying to chase, but a quick burrow strike and a sandstorm to the high ground will get Moo to safety. So again, you know, EG, they're trying to fight with the Dream coil and such, but struggling to really have the damage to bring down some of these heroes. We saw Chessie getting focus fired by the Clinks, but with the rum on him, even with the Desolator on Clinks, it's a tanky beast, the Viper.
It looked like a couple uphill misses as well, but yeah, he's still extremely durable with that, with the rum, as well as having that Veil pick up. 20 armor on the Viper, pretty hard to pierce through. compLexity needs to make sure, though, that not only do they have dust in these fights, but many sentries placed just so they can have good like, information of where the Clinks is. Because Clinks walking into this lineup of compLexity, it's pretty damn scary. One stun and you can get bursted. And they smoke up again. They're just looking for that pick off into Roche. So important for them.
You know all about this Roche control. And they got a kill here before. They may get it again. Crit up to the high ground. Looks like he will be fine for now. Limp not wanting to blink in aggressively. Moo coming back up.
It's a universe.
Yeah, they're going to go try for that one at least instead. The Torrent and Burrow Strike perfectly done. They do have the X mark. Limp should be able to come in and do the damage if he wishes to. Oh, he can't. Yeah, focus at the Tombstone. No
universe.
Oh, okay, the wraparound for Chessie. That gets it. Suddenly, there's a Viper on the high ground. Chessie gets cut off.
And
Limp and Moo finding Arthur as well. And that's the Roche.
Yep.
Straight into the pit they go.
So it looked like Universe jaunted to his orbit, but got X'd back instantly. Or either he didn't, or he just didn't jaunt. I didn't see which interaction actually ended up happening. But
it's very hard to play his way out of that one.
That was...
And, I mean, Arteezy, he revealed himself there because he went for the ZFreak kill. He gets the AA kill, but it cost him his life.
Not worth it at all.
Not worth it at all. Into the pit they go.
ZFreak was level 12, so Arteezy gets some experience, but yeah, I mean, they lose the Roche, and now, I mean, ZFreak's building toward a mech, so he's going to end up being a lot more durable here. So when I see this one again, if he does actually get the jaunt, I think he got X back instantly as he jaunted, because he shoots the orb, phase shifts, Dice actually just doesn't jump to it. So he just gets caught out here. He's the wraparound from Chessie afterwards. Okay. Slight mistake there. Coming out, I don't think Universe expected that extra rotation. Brutal. And Chessie goes for that Maelstrom build so that he can stay relevant as well, since he has the Veil as well as the Spell Lifesteal build. And builds a Hood on top of that Corrosive. So, like we said, EG, mostly magic damage. This is going to make him a very tough target to bring down. But Crit does have Nether Toxin stolen. Sumail and him positioned on the side here. Chessie So be careful.
I mean, he's quite far out for the tower, but as you say, it's still going to take quite a bit if he gets the hood out. He's not actually going to get the chance to with the stuns coming through.
Let's see how much damage because of that nether toxin. Look at that Lina damage.
1200 burst. Elsewhere, the Limp gets the pick off. Finds himself here.
That's a solo kill.
Out and alone.
I made them look at the damage.
Look at this down bottom. Ice Blast. 1 to 2. Oh, the Light Strike is there holding Black Limp for some time, but Limp, he's able to continue. They've got crit as well. As compLexity making the big plays and starting to gain a bit of a lead. 23 minutes in, 6k lead for them. Their two cores are slightly ahead.
Split up a bit too much. They have to have like all 5 of their heroes to really go for these things. Moo now earns up Arteezy. He's going for the chase down. He's dusted as well. Kyle's there too with the sentries at the ready.
Oh, yeah, Moo with the blink burrow strike. They've got the torrent, the boat coming through as well. Arteezy. But do they have more detection? Oh, they do. More Z-Freak saves the day. Comes in just in time with the secondary dust. And they claim the Klink's kill. Up top, Universe clearing the wave out. And be able to blink TP himself back to safety.
This is looking problematic for EG though. They can't take head-on fights versus compLexity.
At least not until the BKB's there on Klink's, which it nearly is. Arteezy's nearly got it, I believe. But the same to be said for Limp's BKB as well. Actually, I say Arteezy nearly got it. He's a lot further away than Limp is.
Yeah.
Arteezy does still need a bit more time to get that one done.
So Male chooses to go for Shadowblade this game, even though that their versus that they already have a Klink's on their team. And he's, looks like he's gonna get chased out here. They're trying to close the gap. Universe is there with Fear, though.
Oh, but Moo again with these burrow strike plays jumping in. They've got the torrent onto Sumail. They do have the sentries. I think there's a sentry and 2 dust being thrown out there.
I mean, they have the reveal for the Klink's already. Maybe he was trying to go for those kind of pickoffs here, but all right, interesting. And yeah, we see the full Spirit Vessel was completed on Moo there. So they've got some extra heal and sustain and damage.
I mean, Moo's just been a bit of a monster in the games that I've seen him play. To be fair, he's been able to play Sand King so many times. It always gets through because they always do pick it up straight away, and it doesn't seem to be a hero that teams like to ban in those opening 3. But it just feels like he's just so comfortable on it. Every time making the jumps, catching multiple heroes out with the Blink Burrow Strike initiations. And it is proved to be a little too much for EG. They're now 10k behind. compLexity getting some good momentum going, and we know that if coL take further positive fights, it's very easy for them to go to the high ground with the pushing power of the Viper and the TA.
Yeah, this is a problem. Moo picks up 4 dusts now.
What a team player. And he's been doing the job. It really has so far. Arteezy trying his best to push these side lanes out. Keep on par with Farm, but as we're saying, each of these situations leading to Sumail and Arteezy falling further behind Chessie and Limp. Smokes are out for Kyle and the boys.
So much information on the map for coL with all these traps placed up and with the map dominance they have at the moment. EG has to go for...
is that a DD rune? That's a DD rune as well for coL. Limp. He is more than ready to go with the BKB complete.
He's got it done, yeah.
What'd you get on the level 20 on TA again? Anything crazy?
More meld armor.
Ooh.
Refraction Dispelling I don't think is too much of a deal in this game, especially there's nothing really he can... Crit. Looks very dead.
Oh!
Stuns off the mark though, actually, from Moo.
I was going to say, I've been talking up Moo, and then he's whiffed it. He's going to still go for the chase down. Power of the Spirit Vessel. Look how much damage he does with the caustic. Already crits down to half health. And it doesn't matter if Moo whiffs the Burrow Strike initially, they'll still get the kill. Universe trying for the split push up to 2k gold as he's looking to go towards the Aghanim Scepter next with the BKBs on Limp and such.
Yeah, he takes the meld armor reduction.
And Z-Freak's got a mech. The tools coming together for compLexity to really pressure EG.
They're going to go look for some tier 3 here. Aegis does get reclaimed, but EG has to commit so much to go for any of these fights. And now X comes in, Limp blinks in. There's Glyph available, but there's a lot of damage being done. Arteezy is forced to TP back. Still no BKB finished on him.
Sumail does reveal with the Light Strike, but yeah, as you said, this X-Mark TA combo can do this very effectively, really. Just blinking in blindly to the backlines and trying to 2-3 shot the squishier heroes of EG to make a push happen.
They can do these pushes so safe because of the X.
Here we go again. X-Mark, he jumps in, will be focused, but he's brought back out. Does take quite a bit of damage that time round. Falls down to half, but very, very hard for EG to deal with that sort of play. And as you can see, Chessie's just able to move back in. They've nearly got the tier 3. Jukes out the Light Strike array. In he goes once more, and the tier 3 tower's down. sumail does get the deny.
Has been denied.
But a very, very slight glimpse of a silver lining really for EG as this opens up the shrine still for compLexity. They're going to get good control of the map. And EG's lineup, it's not really a lineup that you want to be playing from behind, I don't feel.
No, they need to be able to group up as 5 to find these pickoffs.
They've got to find these ganks.
But look at Chessie, he's ready for it.
Oh, he is on the high ground. There we have straight away. Chessie actually opening up onto Fear. Universe will jump in with the Dream coil, but already Fear's gone. BKB popped by Arteezy. He turns towards Chessie, bringing Chessie down low, but Chessie forced away. He's going to keep alive, and EG are just getting absolutely destroyed here. They've lost 4. Chessie ends up surviving. Even the Universe can't finish him. It's game over.
Yeah, that fight was perfectly executed by compLexity.
They were just ready for that.
Chessie read the movement coming out.
Oh, and EG were just like, how do you want your dinner? And coL said, we like it smoked. And they come in and they just feed 5 heroes. Straight up, and now compLexity is just destroying the base.
It's 2 full sets.
I don't know how you come back from this one, Fog. This is looking pretty grim for EG and a very strong start to day 2 for compLexity.
Their positioning in the fight was just so perfect. Chessie, look at coL dropping his items. He is taunting.
Oh.
And he smokes them out of the base, too. He's feeling very confident.
I mean, he's at a 20k gold lead.
Radiant's top shrine is under attack.
Let's see it again here. So what went so horribly wrong here for EG?
Well, look, sumail cannot do anything because he walks in and just gets completely comboed down. Chessie's positioning was the biggest thing, I think, there. Like, he just stands in the front line, and EG has so little physical damage, so Limp pops BKB. He is actually pretty much immortal in that fight.
I mean, that's the thing as well, you know, you talk about the lack of physical damage. That whole fight, Arteezy is, the whole time with his BKB duration, is focused on Chessie.
Yeah.
And Chessie's doing exactly what he wants to. He's tanking it, and he gets out. He doesn't even die.
That Veil.
Yeah. Hey, it's doing absolute wonders.
Extra armor, yeah.
Shiva's guard's complete on Moon now as well.
Yeah, they're going to clean this game up.
Butterfly's pretty much done for Limp's TA. I don't know how this game, if EG can turn this around with this lineup, I'll be absolutely impressed, but I just don't see it happening, Fog.
I don't really see it happening either.
This is back to the drawing board. If anything, this is just time drawn out for EG to consider how they change it up in game 2.
Sumail's down to 2 Bloodstone charges. And now they've even got a Guardian Greave on top for the AA, so more armor, more healing inside of these engagements.
There's no farm on sumail and Arteezy at this stage of the game. There we go. How can EG stop this? They look towards Limp, but Limp not taking a whole world of damage. But the refraction and the Solar Crest buff all coming in with the 2-man burrow. Instantly straight back out though. Just teasing with EG. Asserting their dominance, compLexity. There's a double damage rune ready and waiting for Limp. And he's got the butterfly out. I mean, yeah, if they want to play it safe and go for it, he's going to be able to take that down in a matter of seconds. And he will scout it out, and this should be a very, very quick and easy roach for compLexity. No way that EG can get themselves out of the base to contest it.
He kills it so fast by himself, too.
He's absolutely massive.
The new minus Mel, DD, and Deso B-Fly. Aegis Cheese online, EG. This is like a last-ditch effort for Smoke here, but it's going to be too late.
Way too late. There's no way they can get there in that amount of time. And now, in fact, the Smoke of compLexity is going to come out in reaction. They're ready to try and catch EG out of the base. I mean, the question I'm asking myself this time around is are EG actually going to ever be able to get a single kill? Because the way that compLexity are playing in these team fights, it just feels like the way that they coordinate and synergize as a team is impossible for EG to break through at this point. They do find Z-Freak on the sidelines, post the Guardian Grease, so there we go. They do get one.
That's the BKB from Arteezy,
but it is just the AA, and look at Limp jumping in with a BKB, turns towards Fear. Fear keeping himself alive for some time with the Soul Rip, but Chessie moves forward, gets the Viper Strike on Crit, stolen Viper Strike, turned back towards Limp, but Crit is down. Arteezy on the back lines having to deal with Mood, jumps on top of him with the epicenter. Arteezy is just going to get run down by this lone Sand King. They have lost coL. Arteezy with the invis will be fine for now. They don't have further detection, but Limp, he's just moving in onto the base, hammering into the tier 4s. GG well played is called. The DCs come in as EG are out of here. And what a game 1 indeed. You know, EG's certainly showing a bit of hope at the start, but overall, compLexity, very solid lanes. We saw how well the solo lanes were going for them, though. Limp and Chessie had an easy opening.
Yeah.
And as soon as these sort of